Road, Jim. It's me on the road. Boom, baby, boom. Rise and shine. It's your morning motivation time. It's about 7 a.m. here in Finland. Your boy Marky Sane is getting it in to the gym with less than 10 days to go in this beautiful countryside. I have had a spiritual transformation here in beautiful Finland. I've been able to experience some of those high highs and low lows, and I wanted to talk about how both dualities include each other. You know, they keep talking about if you hate someone, you love someone, and if you love someone, you hate someone, and that this pendulum swings both ways and includes both emotions. And as I traveled this path and talked with my spiritual mentor yesterday, he's on a journey. He's a love teacher talking about, love conquers all and the power of yes. And we talked about the 5-second rule, and we talked about, the why not rule. When you say to yourself, why not do the things that you want to do, you have to face your excuses. Good morning. And that's one of those things that is not easy to do. It's kind of like not easy to say hello to someone in the morning if you're shy, or anything that you're on the opposite side of, to make it work in your favor instead of against you. It's one of those things that I play that trick on my mind. The transformation isn't the situation. It's the way that I play it out in my mind. If I hear somebody say something out the side of their mouth, my usual engagement would be to confront it, to just head on towards, bull, what's that supposed to mean? And probably read too much of something into what someone said and making it mean way more than what they intended. I intentionally look for confrontation, me personally. Wham! Waiting for it to get warm, and now it's 7 o'clock in the morning and it's already like 70 degrees, so it's beautiful. And I'm down to my last 10 days, and as I wrap up my Finland tour again, it turned to me that I would have to make my life into what I want it to be. Not for nothing. It's not that the circumstances changed, but that my character changed. That I was going to see blessings. As I told him that other day, I don't believe I deserve certain things. Life kept pushing me. And in that push, I came through to the bush. I found myself in these bushes in the mornings, trying to figure out why am I still alive. And, days that forced me to be happy when I had sadness inside of me. And it really did. It really pushed me to see myself through different trees, through different lenses, through a whole different experience, because I was allowing my mind to transform. I was allowing it to say that I wasn't the only human being that's lost a child, that there are many circumstances in life that are going to teach us lessons, that are going to transform us into a different human being. And that's what I end up becoming. I end up becoming a different human being out here. I'm in a different pattern. I'm not some guy that self-destructs or makes things worse on himself. I'm the guy that helps himself out. I'm the guy that makes his own life better. And that in its own, I don't know why this guy's getting so close to me with his dog. Like, come on, bro. That alone is the thing. Hold up. I always got to film people with dogs because they just don't know how to control them. So, good morning. So, with that being said, our lives live in our minds. We Epictetus, Stoic philosophers, people of old, really, it was a phrase. It's an old ancient Greek phrase that says, don't die before you die. And I was dying before I died. I was killing myself by overeating. I didn't run back to drugs and alcohol, okay? But I did start to upend my life. I started to look at it in a different light. I had to find my sanity. I had to find my brevity. I had to find something to let me know that I was still alive, even though the pain inside felt a lot more like death than life. And I know I'm not the only one to mention these things. I'm not the only one. I'm honest about my flaws and desires and urges. I'm honest with myself about the decisions I make and the effort I put in to partake, showing up to these events, buying shirts, making shirts, letting people know what it is, what it is to that you don't necessarily feel like it. There's a lot of that where I don't know if I necessarily felt like going to the gym this morning, but it was more of a need than a want. It's the need to absorb the last of this fresh air and this beautiful fresh forest and the green and the life and the light of life in my light really turned me on to becoming a different person. And the person that showed up here, Log Jim, the person that showed up here needs no fear. He found a new set of parameters, a new way of living his life. And good morning. And that's now I'm at the Log Gym. So it's one of those, at least one person showed up, but it's one of those that I feel like walking still. I didn't want to be next to any other human beings. It's kind of the niceness of being with other humans and find my own path. And it's kind of what was trying to transpire in my brain, that, to obsess on the things that I didn't have, put dim light on the things. Do you need me to go around you, lady, or what? She just totally followed me. Like, what a weirdo. Trying to get off your trail and you get on mine. Anyway, to find things that in my mind were frustrating me, I looked for peace and sanity. I looked for something where I could grab onto things and make them a new reality instead of the same negative commentary that was going on in my head, of I should have been a father, how dare I lose my temper, how dare I fuck up another chance at love, and then more importantly, how much was riding on it with my son's life and someone else's belly that was unhappy and wanted me to go and fix her happy. She said the greatest lesson that I taught her was that only she can make herself happy. The lesson that she taught me is that I don't know what the fuck love is. I thought I was really in love, and that our love made a life, and that life would make the rest of my life, and it changed. I will forever be changed. I will forever be scarred like many of the people that are out there in life, where we self-detriment, loneliness, attachment issues. I'm not the only one. And that's what I really keyed in on, was that suffering and failure were a part of success. They're like the magic ingredients that nobody wants to talk about because it sucks. It sucks to get up early in the morning and flip your morning around, but then again, it feels good when I'm in this fresh air and I put in some energy so that I could transform. The guy that showed up here in Finland about what things cost didn't have any kind of budget for traveling. I just wanted to be free from my own mental slavery, from the way I was talking to myself and in the way I was treating myself. And it's like kind of energy, inner me, whatever inner me puts in energy wise is what I'm going to get out of myself. And lo and behold, the repetition of our subconscious listening is so true. If you're going to sit there and say, this sucks, this sucks, this sucks, or I'm a loser, I'm a loser, I'm a loser, or man, I'm such a fuck up, that was constantly pinging in my brain versus these birds are so cool, versus you're still alive, you deserve life, Time to make the most out of the life that you created. And I thought that I had created life. I thought that I had love, and I had found my happiness. And when someone that couldn't be happy took my happy, it really destroyed me, and I had to be real with people, because it's just one of those things where not only am I an honest sinner, but no one is perfect. And to put on airs as if I was always winning, like Instagram would like you to believe, when really people are just really lonely, or they need attention, or they need someone to love them. They'll go to the kangaroo court of social media and have people they don't even know give them approval that really doesn't even matter. Reality. How far have I come from being with my family and calling my parents and my dad on Father's Day, that was yesterday, or texting them, and my stepdad, just to heal the wounds so I wouldn't be a part of the problem. I'd be a part of the solution. I wanted to help myself out, like give myself a leg up. And this life is so beautiful. I love my life! There's to Finland, but I'm a rare air. I'm like 0.5% of the population that actually comes out here and lives in foreign places. And I think, how many Las Vegas people have been in Finland? Probably not many. And how many people have chosen radical back the layers and take a deep dive? Not many. It's so true that we put on blinders, man. We don't want to know. Our ego doesn't want to know. Our ego doesn't want to hear the truth that we are self-sabotaging, and we have no self-control, and we'll throw down the porn and sugar down our throat faster than we can attain it. And we know it gives us quick feelings of feeling good, but we know it won't be sustainable. And to be able to sustain our psychosis, to be able to tolerate ourselves and the decisions that we make, it's a huge conversation. It's part of it, because part of it is, like I said, the two things touching. How would you know if you're having a blessed day if you never had a shitty day? And that other day when we were watching the sunset was so perfect that it kind of forced all the bad days away. It kind of, sure, I've had bad days, but today is not one of them. And that was huge for me, to be able to key in on myself and say, what is important to me? And what am I putting energy into? And how do I interpret what's happening? We're all part of the situation. That's all part of life. And I didn't realize as a kid that if I felt slighted, I would start getting angry and I couldn't let it go. It took me about 5 hours of sitting alone before I felt right inside. And I think it's a really long time, but all of a sudden I snapped out of it. Which trail should I take? Am I taking another trail? Yeah, we'll see. I'll figure it out. But snapping out of my stupor, out of my self-pity and my ungratefulness, the path we least walked, I started to see that my life wasn't all that bad. All the doom and gloom that was inside of me, forgot all the special relationships that I had developed, all the experiences, special experiences, in the light on those things, but it only highlighted my mistakes. I only highlighted the things that hadn't worked. And just like a child, I'm mad at the one thing that I don't get from my mommy, like hanging out with my friend yesterday and her small kid. It was interesting to me. It was interesting to me that she was so protective of her son, but she wanted to share him, and it was her only thing. She had stopped serving herself. She had stopped combing her hair. She had stopped showering. She had stopped wearing clean clothes. And she started to become like almost like a little slave to this child. And we always talk about how good of a mom she is and how hard she works, but she doesn't work that hard on working on herself. It's easy to jump into someone else's boat and tell them how to row. It's way harder to stop drilling holes in your canoe and stop taking on water. Our cups flow over, emotionally, figuratively, they just do. And without us being concentrated and absorbing, the reality of our power, our human power, of the power of our thoughts, even if it's subconscious, the power of our mantras, even if we don't repeat them, there's certainly a drumbeat in everybody's head, and everybody gets a day to develop that rhythm that is our lives. And that's what I really started to key in. It was like, how do I switch up the rhythm to this beat? How do I beat this funky feeling? And I wasn't going to just be some kind of cold calculating bastard. I need to grin and bear it. And just some White House correspondent was still at the pulpit after his white leg. He was like, trust me, there's nothing more I would like. God, this looks so soft and wispy. Look at these things. Wispy. Hopefully you got to see that. But to deny our own human emotions just because we have a job to do. The job is to do us. We're supposed to heal ourselves. We're ups and downs. I feel like I'm in National Geographic. That each turn of event belongs to us and our perspective to it. Mood and start destroying ourselves. We get less of the opportunity to see it as part of the pattern, as part of the cycle, as part of life, that it's not always ups and downs, that we have to endure some shitty shit so we know when it's shiny. How do we tell the shit from Shinola, as they used to say? Shinola was an actual brand and they used to rub on shoes. But to be able to see your forest through your trees, to be able to find a path from where you are right now to where you want to be, is the most exercise I've ever done in my life. It's just constant and consistent focus on what I can transpire with my energy, what I can do with my days, especially only less than 10 days left. It's the 19th. It's about to be the 20th tomorrow. I leave on the 30th at 9:30 at night, arriving at 10:30 at night p.m. in Berlin time. And my Turkish brother is already ready for me, going to pick me up at the airport. I'm going to stay with him and the journey goes on. I'm already missing Finland. Trust and believe that. I'm already missing, my rhythm and hang out with my friends and breathe fresh air. I found my new self. I got to be able to transform from a guy that was fairly depressed and overweight to a guy that's probably lost, 20 pounds and found himself, my other side of me, where I've wanted to be happy again, where I wanted to be in love and find love and father. And after Father's Day, I would have actually got to celebrate the happiness it is to have family. And we work on ours. Of course, we got raised up and got fed, but I just wish that there was someone around that led me towards emotional stability, that showed me actual soul and being. That's a tough one. It's really tough. Whew. When you're out and about in your life playing in our favor, right? It's constantly listening to us. And there's a big, do I want to lose my child's life to see this pattern? Of course not. Is there any regret in my life? Many things that I would undo quickly. It's just one of those things that the price has been paid. So will the lesson be listened to? Will we adjust our senses in life? Will we give ourselves the opportunity to see ourselves, That's what they say real knowledge is to be able to see oneself through all the bullshit, through all the misunderstanding, and see not the forest through the trees is going to be almost omnipotent or godlike, but to see our purpose and to live one's purpose is huge, you know, not just going through the motions or letting things just happen. It's a different feeling than to actually make them happen. Make yourself learn lessons. Make yourself see through the trees all the lies into those other rooms and listen internal beliefs. And turns out a lot of us are saying shit to ourselves that we probably could improve on that message. And that's what I wanted to do when I was transforming here, was to improve on my message. I might still be dead inside, but at least I'm working on my mentality, and at least I'm in a quiet place where I can climb around and hike around and let my mind get right versus throw sugar at it, throw weed at it, throw porn at it, and just poke and hope that something will transpire. I wanted me to transpire. I wanted me to inspire. I wanted to show myself that I still loved my dream, that I still love designing. I still love talking to people. I still love working events and working the machine. So will it spin? Will it soar? My little dream, working the machine. The gorillas, I think it's called the elephant or something. But, you know, it's one of those things where I wanted to be able to have healthier conversations with myself and not be so hard on myself, so tough on me, and knowing that life was already tough enough as is. And now I've come around full circle to where I normally start the journey. How funny is that? Oh my God. And that's life. Look, I'm back at the main road. I had unconscious information. Isn't that the proof in the morning motivation? Is that's us, man. We have a chance to wake up every day and be in our own head. And I definitely wanted my life to change. I definitely put in a lot of effort to see myself in a different light and find a different path. And that's one that's led me to here, where I normally start. Isn't that funny? So isn't that life, to come full circle and end up still part of the circle? Doesn't matter where you are, you're still in the same circle as the rest of us. You're still on this earth plane, and it's all one big circle, one big situation. And that's something that I had to key in on with myself, was that I wasn't separate from anyone. I wasn't any specialer than some people, although I felt like my life has been special and my birth has been special. I am not exempt from the things that happen to me. That's no exception to the rule. I have all the same emotions that you do, probably all the same experiences that you have. It's just apparent to me that I have to live my life and love my life and find some love in my life. And I think that's the greatest goal of them all. Most people are asking for money. I interviewed about 50 porn stars to say, you know, money or true love. And the truth is love conquers all. The moment that you start loving your fellow human beings, they start being nicer to you. The moment you start loving your life, it starts being kind to you. The moment that you get in different parts and different places, but your boy Saint is in on the case. So I'm here, about to do my morning workout. I got my friends already calling me, starting up the day. I'll be in this gym, get my mind right. And I hope that you find yourself on a be asked from any human being. So I'm going into this forest. I'm going into the darkness. I'm going to find my light and love and make it work for me. I hope that you guys have a blessed day. I hope that you don't forget who you are as a human being and how awesome. Oh shit, I got bit by a mosquito, I think, in my scalp. But and how awesome it is to be alive. Peace and love. And as always, Chigatan. That means goodbye, but not forever in Finnish. While I enjoy these last days in Finland's forests, and I enjoy myself more, and I hurt myself less. I hope you're blessed. I hope you find that shine, because it's important. Right. And by other side, I mean the other side of failure, the other side of misunderstanding, the other side of ungrateful. May you find your gratitude, your understanding, and your happiness. I'll see you guys. Oh, and don't forget to work out. It helps with the mental. Peace. Have a blessed day. Woo. And get back on the path. That's what it takes. Yes, bless. I'll see you. Ciao.